men as well as women both are being, tortured in different ways. So it's gender neutral here, and no offense to anyone. So the very next day, one of the partners is being abused either in one way or the other. It could, the first one, I've heard you always mentioning this: trust, love, trust. Of course, when there is love, there's lots of love. But when the trust is broken, what one has to do? The financial situation is good, the social situation is good, emotions all are good, everything is fine, but the trust is broken, and that one of the spouses pretend to like behave like nothing has happened, all is well, but the truth is out, the cat is out of the bag, the trust issue is there. How does one deal with it? Can we save such marriages?
It's interesting that you are addressing this, because this is a point that I have also encountered in my 30 years of experience, where there is an infidelity or the extramarital affair that happens that totally breaks down the trust aspect. Now, leave alone the extramarital affair, even the financial matters can bring in. The mistrust, whether the girl or the boy, I'm sorry, man or the woman, supporting their family of origin but not informing about it to the partner, violates trust, isn't it? The emotional bonding and nurturing that a partner has towards his friends or his immediate relatives, if the significant other is insecure, that's going to be a violation of trust. Now, coming back to your question, if trust is broken, can it be repaired? Anything that is broken can be mended, Andrea, but it won't be shining and clear as the original one. There will be a constant doubt. And so the person who behaved in a matter to be distrusted has to put over time in that relationship to prove that they are building the trust back. So, if you ask me, in the case of financial mistrust or extramarital affair mistrust, when the cat gets out of the bag, can a marriage or a relationship be repaired? Yes, it can, if both the parties are convinced and one who betrayed feels remorse and wants to rebuild this trust and willing to work on it, it is possible. So sometimes in the therapy sessions, I do encourage them to come for individual sessions. So in individual therapy, they are going through the guilt and shame, okay? And there is a lot of remorse. And so we need to go back to see if there is any early childhood negative experiences that has created this element of wavering mindedness to work on and clear it out. And then we go into the couples therapy after the individual work. So not all the time marriage therapy is always with couples. It can be with couples, or sometimes it can be individual therapy progressing towards, because sometimes if they want to work the marriage and they feel that they are more at fault and they need change, they come for individual therapy. And I love it because there is a sense of remorse, there is a sense of eagerness to, willingness to acknowledge and make changes. I enjoy working with that individual because there is so much that you can do to ensure that the relationship is secured and safe.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for sharing all of that. That's really nice. Very, very interesting and very impactful. Like the way you shared it and put it in the right way. That's really nice. Now, dear, I'd like to address this issue. In a long-term relationship connected with marriage and family, one of the spouses begins to treat their better halves very rudely. There may not be a financial issue to it, or there may not be a third person involved in that. but some kind of rudeness, as you said, like, we expect our spouses to be our mothers sometimes. What she did for us, what our mothers did for us, we'd love our spouse to do it for us, irrespective of gender, I'm saying this. So now, when you're treated very well, you will stay with that person or stay in that place. When you're not treated with respect, it's time to leave. Now, when is it time to leave an unhappy marriage? That's what I'd love to know, because many of them still don't know. It's time for them to either stay or to leave. They are in this dilemma: should I stay? Should I leave? So, what would be your feedback, or what would be your answer to this burning
And
question?
yeah, Andrea, when you talk about this this partner insulting or bullying or mistreating the significant other, there could be so many reasons. It need not be the partner's mistake. It could be that individual is going through some physical ailment that has not been addressed, diagnosed, tested. It could be neurological condition, it could be thyroid problem, it could be anemia. So when couples come to me and talk about this, he shouts at me, she gets angry and throws things at everybody. My first thing is mind and body connection. Is the biological referential range is normal for this individual for his or her age and general medical condition? And 9 out of 10 times vitamin D deficiency, B12 neurological, the immunity part, hemoglobin anemia, all can cause this. And the other thing is the emotional baggage. Sometimes they take their loved ones as the punch bag. So they take the stress out. It could be a stress at work, it could be stress with friends, it could be stress with their own family of origin that they do not want to, because they have put up a big picture about their family of origin to their significant other. They cannot even talk about it. So they end up using the partner as the punch bag. So the partner needs to first recognize and identify the root cause for that ill treatment. Is it coming from within or external stress that is causing, or am I a cause? Are you with me on this? So there are three different factors that need to be looked into.
Thank you, ma'am. I didn't know this. Like, people could be suffering from some physical ailment, like as you mentioned thyroid. It could be some, physical disorder, vitamin D deficiency, B12, etc. You just mentioned a few. I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm sure like many of my friends out there and known unknown people would agree on that. It could be, some physical ailment within them. They're unable to cope with the changes in their body, maybe, and that's how
Yes.
there's an anger
It could be
burst of anger.
pre-menopause. It's andropause for men.
Very true.
So we need to first rule out the biological factors before we move into the psychological aspects.
Very true, ma'am. That's really very true. Now, I'd like to bring your attention to this. Better divorced than being dead.
Then
I repeat,
being
I'll repeat it again. Better being divorced, or better you get a divorce than being dead. Like we've
being dead up.
dead, yes. You better obtain a divorce, go in for a divorce in a dignified way, or better be dead, something like that. Like, what do you want? Like, we would like to ask the support system. When I say support system, it's the family of either the girl or the boy. In case a couple doesn't agree, they don't come patch up even after several counseling sessions. They just want to break up. And people in the traditional mindset will always want to support the family. Even the modern mindset will always want the couple to be together, and we force them to stay together. But it goes to a certain point where it crosses all boundaries, and one of them commits suicide, or one of them is even murdered. So it's, in my view, better be divorced than being dead. You want your the dead body of your loving child to be at your home doorstep, and you want to mourn over it, or you want to stand by your blood, even though the society may say something about your child. Maybe it's a boy or a girl. I mean, your son or daughter. So what have you to say about this? Because I've heard this a lot. For the fear of society, they do not go in for divorce. They do not speak about the term divorce, but they are ready to bring the body home, complete the rites, cry over it, or maybe shift to another city, and that's done.
It's interesting that you asked this question because a lot of couples, when they come, they want me to give a solution for them. And unfortunately, we can't ethically, and also it is their life. So, what we do is we talk about the support system first. So, whether you want to live divorced or die unnaturally, right? That's the choice they have. Now, I ask them, are you financially, can you fend for yourself, for your family? Do you have family support? Okay. And can you, if they have children, then are you ready for co-parenting? Because divorce is only a dissolution of marriage. It is not dissolution of parenthood. And 9 out of 10 times, the couples stay together because of the children. And so I asked the question, so the child, can you raise the child on your own? And in our Indian system, it is always the woman, if she is mentally safe and she has a support system, she gets the custody no matter what. So, can she raise the child on her own? And the sad part sometimes is these women want to take revenge on their significant others because of the abuse and the neglect, whatever they have gone through. They deprive the father from seeing the child. Now, who are they punishing?
The child.
Absolutely. And how long it's going to take for the child when he or she grows up to blame the parent for separating him from his father? Do you want to be the cause for it? So we need to give all the pictures, both the brickbats and the bouquets of being divorced and staying and dying unnaturally. So we call that cost benefit analysis. What is it going to cost staying in this marriage? And what are the benefits if you stay? What are the benefits if you walk away? And what is it going to cost? So we call it a cost benefit analysis. But after emotionally anchoring them is when we talk about their plan of action if and when they are ready to talk about. And if they have children, definitely we talk about parenting and the revenge part, which should not get into that aspect because a child needs equal love of the father and the mother. We need to educate the mother and father about not bad mouthing about the other parent. And so co-parenting itself is a therapeutic intervention that I do.
Yes, dear. Thank you for sharing that, ma'am. Thank you so much. And of course, be a blessing to the universe. With this, we'd like to sign off now from the International Fab Talks. If you like what the International Fab Talk team is doing, stay connected with us. Like, comment, subscribe, and share to the International Fab Talks. Stay connected and stay blessed. Happy Valentine's Day to one and all.